So here's an update video on my bike, where I'm at with it. So at the moment I've changed to Brembo style calipers. These are direct fit onto the BMW. I asked a few people about these banjo bolts, whether I needed new ones. They said yeah, because Brembo's a different fit. But if you've got the Nissins, these were Nissin standard. If you've got Nissin calipers, the banjos are exactly the same. They're metric fine, so you can use the standard banjos on the Brembos. There's nothing wrong with the BMW brakes as standard. The Nissin brakes, they're quite good. They've actually got castellated pistons as standard, which I didn't know until I took them off. But anyway, these are pretty mega. At the moment the lever's a little bit spongy for my liking. Not quite sure why, because I've bled it, and I've even bled the ABS pump and cycled the ABS pump by like activating it, riding on gravel, activating it plenty of times. So if there was any air in it, it would have come out. And you take the seat off, which is a T25 Torx, and then the pump's on the top, and I've cracked the bleeders on the top, pumped out everything, but it's still slightly spongy. I mean, it's working pretty good, but if you know of any way of making it slightly firmer, let me know. Other things are, got some Motografix decals to cover the manky bit here, which was the reflectors. I got some rad guards. Got these off eBay, which I'll put the link in the description. I've got some wheel decals off eBay as well. They look pretty cool. I like them. Tank pads, eBay. I'll let you have the link in the description. And this is a Motografix tank pad here as well. So one of the issues I had, I mentioned in my last video, was the front suspension was pretty pants. So this is what I've done to change it. So as standard, I was getting maximum travel, so this cable tie was right at the bottom here, and I am 15 stone without kit, so I think it works out about 105 something kilograms, so slightly on the heavier side. But these bikes are set up for 85 kilograms with kit, so I'm guessing 90% of people weigh more than 85 kilograms. Maybe I'm wrong, but so they're always over travelling. Now the only way you can change that is by winding up the damping, and it's rock hard, and I mean rock hard. Talk about shake your fillings out. It hurts your wrists basically, it's just too hard. So I got in touch with K-Tech, and they've got some 11 springs, so I've got a pair of 11 springs on order. I keep having to restart the video because people want to drive past. I can't seem to find a quiet place to make a video. Anyway, these forks have the same springs as the standard forks without the DDC suspension, as in same dimensions. I believe they're the same weight. K-Tech list them as the same weight, which is a 9.9. So I've gone for 11 weight springs, and what I've done is I've put 11 weight in just this leg here, and also because the outside is the same leg on all the forks, I've got the internals off the base model on this side. So I've still got my preload adjuster on this side, but this has got rebound damping on it. Now you can buy a 2D pot for the fork legs, so you can get rebound damping electronically, but I didn't want to keep having to adjust it. I just want to set the rebound for the heavier spring weight, which is an 11, like I said, in this leg. And with as hard as I can brake, I'm getting it down to here. Now that looks like it's going a long way, but these forks have got 120mm of travel, yet when you lift this wheel off the ground from here down to here is 123mm. So there's only 3mm gap when it bottoms out. So I'm not bottoming out, even when it looks like I'm right down the bottom there. It's not bottoming out yet, it's still got more travel. So as it is, it seems to be pretty good for me at the moment, and it's so much more comfortable. I've turned the damping down a bit now. I'm on 2, I believe, on the damping, and it just rides over the bumps now so much better. I'd urge you to buy these springs, or uprate the springs. If you're over 85 kilograms, you need to uprate the springs. You haven't necessarily got to fit this internal. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to fit. I mean, I'm going to make a video on that, on how to fit them, because there's no information. BMW can't give you any information. I've been trying to talk to them. You can't get any info out of them. It's a pain in the butt to fit, but I've worked out a way of doing it. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to make a video for that soon. So for me, I wanted more weight over the front, so I've dropped the forks through a few mil there to try this out. I like it, it's so much better. I've wound up the damper a little bit to give it a bit more stability. I like the way it feels now, it's feeling a lot better. I still would like a bit more weight over the front, so what I'm thinking is I might get the clip-ons you can get, so different clip-ons with a blanking plate here, like a clamp they put around here, and you can put a clip-on underneath, so I'll get more weight over the front. So I couldn't find a temperature gauge, but when you turn the bike on, you get a red line which is down here. So this bike's warm at the moment. The red line starts around 7, I believe, and as you ride it, it moves up as it gets warmer. I still would like to know what temperature the bike is, because the fan keeps coming on. I mean, it comes on, if you're riding at 20-30 miles an hour through traffic, the fan's on straight away, and it's on all the time, and it really pisses me off. I don't know why it needs to be on. I'm on 784 miles, so it's unlocked now. Had it serviced and unlocked, and it's rapid. The bike is pretty rapid, as you'd expect. It's definitely over 200 horsepower. I've ridden loads of bikes, and yeah, it's pretty rapid. So another thing is these headlight covers. Now, I brought the original set from Slip Screens. They were too tight, so I complained about it, and I said, look, they don't fit the 23, they're too tight, they're chafing. So they sent me a revised set, which is these, which is still kind of chafing, and what I've had to do is move them back so they don't chafe, so there's no protection from the front on, so they're the wrong shape. So I've sent them a cut out. They requested I send them a cut out, and I'm helping them design a new lens cover for the 23 model, and they've gone quiet on me, and they're not replying to my messages, so bollocks to them. Don't buy slip screen stuff, basically. Other things are the wheels. Now, I took this bike in for its first service and said, I've got wheel judder. 100 miles an hour is juddering like a bitch. So can you please inspect the wheels? And they said, well, we can't test it at 100 miles an hour, which I didn't expect them to do. But I think they actually did. They took it out for a ride and said, yeah, we're taking it up to speed, and there's no problems with it. No, every bike, every one of these S1000rrs vibrates at speed. Well, I thought, well, that's a load of bollocks. Anyway, so I've had to take the wheels out, and guess what? They're out of balance. So the front one had no weights on whatsoever, and nearly 30 grams of weights. That was the biggest problem, I think, was the front. It was juddering so much. Now on the back wheel it had 2 big weights on it, but they were in the wrong place, believe it or not. So I've had to reposition the weights, and there wasn't enough on it. But also, this yellow spot here, there's only a yellow spot on it, there's nothing else on it. Should be in line with the valve, and it's not. The valve's around here, yellow spots there. So for starters, the tyre's in the wrong place. The front one, the tyre is in the right place. Yellow spot and valve, but it didn't balance it. So well done BMW. I'm not impressed, I must admit, not for a brand new bike. Other things are these bolts that are on the bike. So all these bolts, Torx bolts, they look pretty nice actually, but they're a nightmare. They just want to round out basically. And I thought when I change these calipers, I'll change these bolts at the same time. I've got some tie bolts, but they wouldn't fit because these are standard metric M10. Usually caliper bolts for M10 fine. These are standard M10, so we'll get some new ones. But here you go. I've got this, which is a Torx 50. I mean, look at that. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong here, but they're supposed to be Torx 50, but they're like a prick in a bucket. Well, every time you take these off, they're gonna, they're gonna round out in no time. So I've got to replace them, I think. Just another little quibble. So I want to do a few more mods to it before I go on track. I'm not sure about the brake disc. I'm not sure how they're going to handle it because I feel like I'm sensing a little bit of judder starting. Don't know, it might just be the pads, but we'll see on that. I don't know if they can handle my kind of braking. The other thing is the tyres. I've got to change the tyres eventually. Super coursers I've got for it already. Nice to see the dual compound in these though. So look like they're tearing up a bit already. I've only done 700 miles. They're not bad. They're not a bad tyre actually, to be fair, but not big enough for track. That's for sure. And the exhaust, I don't know what to do with that. What should I do with it? It's ugly as fuck. But one option is I can get it Cerakoted black. I know someone who does Cerakoting, so they can black it all, and I can get a belly pan cover, so it doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little cover over here, so it looks quite okay. And then I can keep my warranty then, I haven't got to have it remapped, and I can just go do track day, see what it's like. It doesn't feel underpowered. So who knows, watch this space. The other thing is, I bought some crash bungs for it. Now, I've got a crash bung which goes in this side, R&G, great. But because this is a 23, on the other side, look, you can't get to the epoxy hole. So they make a stupid bracket arrangement so you have it off here, which I think is shit. So I wouldn't get that. Now what I'm thinking is, I don't usually want to do this, but I'm thinking I might cut this out around here, and I might use this because this is the right area to put the crash bung, the nice strong point of the frame. Because at the end of the day, if you lay this down, this is the first thing it's going to hit, and it's going to bust this off here. So what difference, I mean, before it even hits the crash bung, so I mean, what difference is it going to make if I put a little cut out in there, make it look tidy, and have my crash bung sticking out here? Let me know what you think, but I need a crash bung on it, because if you lay it down, it's just going to destroy this frame around here, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, not sure what else to do next. One other thing, Motografix. So I've been in communication with Motografix. I want to buy some decals to cover the front and the wings. Now, so I've been in communication with Motografix. They're going to make a kit, and they're going to make it the white and red like that. Well, they're not getting back to me. I don't know what's happening with people. They're not getting back to me. I've been chasing them and chasing them. They keep saying, yeah, it's coming, but it ain't here, and I don't know what to do. I got these which are off a 2020 model, same fitment, but I wanted the same graphic colours as that. But what can you do? They haven't got back to me. I need something for the tail as well. I was going to get the graphics kit for that, but it's not ready. So what do you do? Anyway, more updates soon.